tonight they've got to get their football right as well to potentially deny. It was beautiful to watch some of that football in the first half against Korea.
Quarter-final 8 years ago when they beat Colombia on home soil, but got himself booked and missed the second.
Given it to, whereas they like to leave these two wingers to get at their men.
Neymar's touch, winning his 113th cap today. Completes the clearance, but any slight hint of complacency from Brazil is being jumped around here at the World Cup.
What we haven't seen in the game so far is when Brazil really rattling 3 or 4 are nice and compact. It's how they cope with those really electric spells, I think, which will make the difference in this game.
Neymar. This is Thiago Silva. Neymar will have another go. Away from Pajalic. Neymar dropping to collect. Vinicius Junior.
Brilliant football.
Neymar looks to keep the attack going. Still Neymar. Comfortable for Livakovic.
Well, the Neymar shot was a lot easier to handle, but what made Vinicius...
Passage of football we've seen from Brazil in the match, and maybe they're just warmed up now as Neymar nudges it through, but it's beyond Vinicius Junior.
Yeah, lucky. Just a little overhit from Neymar.
Marquinhos sending it forward, collected by Neymar. Good challenge, Kovacic, beautiful.
Kind of played that a little blind there. Brozovic wasn't quite sure where it was going.
And the ball at his feet. Everyone back behind it for Croatia as Neymar floats it in. It's past the half-hour mark in this quarter-final. Lovely touch from Neymar, and there was nothing subtle about that from Mudson.
And also, he's got to take Juranovic on the outside. Everything he's done so far is he's stepping infield.
He's just moved into the middle of the field. Neymar dropping back. 6 minutes to go to half-time. As Neymar looks to try and...
They're in Croatia. They're just happy to see Neymar and co going square across the field.
Neymar can't get... Rafinha. Are we about to see a blockbuster of a free kick to match some of those efforts we saw on goal before? Well, it wasn't a bad effort from Neymar. A little deflection, but still carried into the gloves of Dominic Livakovic. And see one of the great exponents of free kicks, Roberto Carlos, watching on.
Yeah, and
added time, those Croatian fans, I think, will be happy enough with the way they're setting up an opportunity at one end of the pitch, which no hint of it. Rafinha says they've got 10 different ones up their sleeve. High and long up towards Neymar. No, says Michael Oliver. It's Vinicius Junior sliding it in. There could be a chance here as Neymar sends it towards the goal. Blocked by Livakovic. Back out now with Rafinha. Vinicius Junior with the shot, and the flag has gone up anyway at the end of that passage of play.
Why doesn't Neymar give that back? I tell you, it's travelled a long way. When the ball travels as far as it has.
Forward as Thiago Silva stooping to clear space for Neymar. First chance, really, we've had to see him stretching his legs.
Good run from Neymar. He was upended a little bit towards right at the end of that run.
Danilo sending it through. Neymar. Neymar. Well, it's come in handy here as well with the injury to Alexandro. That's a nice turn there from Richarlison. Could be a chance blocked by Livakovic again to deny Neymar.
What a stop. I'm sure Juranovic will be okay. Watch Richarlison here. When he picks the ball, he just rolls Guardiola, drags him out of position. Now all of a sudden there's gaps. That's a really good chance.
Shots on goal, but I think really stretching Alisson too much thus far. Neymar. Away from Brozovic. Blocked by Lovren before... No free kick as Modric goes over.
These attack-minded players in the game, of course they want to score, but I think Chite is trying to retain the upper hand by getting those forward players out there, getting those fresh legs in those dangerous...
For the substitute, Rodrigo back into Neymar. And he'll get the free kick for the challenge from Brozovic. Now Brozovic will need to be careful because he has already had his name taken by the...
As if it's a coming together, but doesn't commit another one like that. Just too far out, really, for a strike, I think, from Neymar. Volley does that, but Livakovic is equal to it.
Neymar sent it in.
Spell's coming right now. Maybe the toughest one for Croatia to deal with.
This is Neymar. Looks like he might not be the only forward player that Zlatko Dalic is. Switzerland. It was a much better second-half performance in their opening match. Anthony has it back. Into Casemiro, sending it forward. Here's Rodrigo now, looking for an opening. Rodrigo again. Neymar. This is Rodrigo, sending it forward. Richarlison. Here comes Neymar. Livakovic is there once more.
Great goalkeeper. Just wondered if he could... So quick off his line, isn't he?
Neymar sends it in. Neymar just dropping to collect possession. The legs to get away from Brozovic into Richarlison.
Back into trouble. Anthony was waiting outside.
It's with Nikola Vlasic. Brazil look to work it away. Send it away. Pedro's touch. Picking out Rodrigo, who finds Neymar. Neymar to Danilo. Yellow shirts flooding forward. Plenty of red and white Croatian share knocking increasingly loudly on Croatia. That's Neymar's header. Pedro back into Neymar. Rodrigo on the far side. Jovic losing out initially to Thiago Silva. Now it's with Neymar. That's a lovely little chip. Not much time to come back if someone finds the back of the net here. They hear from Brazil. Danilo sending it back. Neymar thinks about having a crack. Rodrigo tries to cut it back and...
There we go, but he certainly puts a dent in that attack.
And Neymar. They're looking for a moment.
Brilliant goalkeeper in Alisson. So I still think their best way to try and win this tie is to nothing.
They haven't had an attempt on target, so 8 saves tonight.
8's a lot, isn't it? 8's a lot. Towards the end of that game, they had the responsibility of those penalties.
So away we go. In it comes from Neymar.
Get to the ball.
It should have been a free kick. This time it's Neymar who concedes a free.
And this was a free kick again from Neymar. Look.
Marquinhos into Neymar. Is this going to be his...
A yellow card.
He's done rather well to stay. But he just turned into trouble. With Sosa, it hangs in the air and headed back in by Neymar. He'll go for the return. Both teams with a decent penalty record. We'll worry about that nearer the time. Neymar. It's in. It's Pedro finding Neymar. With yellow shirts for. Pedro lets it run into Neymar, but that's
just for a moment, Brazil were really vulnerable.
Flag's gone up on the far side.
We haven't really seen that, but you've sensed something might happen when he gets the ball.
Marquinhos. Neymar. Into Neymar. Could be a chance here. Goes for the return. It's Neymar! the whistle for half-time in extra time, and then one of the greatest stars in world football. At the end of the first half of extra time, Croatia 0, Brazil 1. And it is very much advantage then, but their way, and what a pass there from Rodrigo. Big test here for Guardiola against Neymar. Can't get hold of it. Lovren now out of position. Antony's in lots of space just over the halfway line, but to get the ball past them.
Didn't it just? Absolutely right. Or is coming into the box in a hurry either.
There's a sense of Antier in the Education City Stadium. Brazil not over the... Antony. Neymar.
You know that.
Well, the news is he's got about 5 minutes. Modric looks to challenge.
And the sweetest of strikes, it was a bit of a scuffy one.
At ranks of those in Brazil's colours rendered mute in shock at that late equaliser from Croatia, who are now inching towards penalties.
They certainly are.
We'll have the final say. Neymar sends it in. It was Thiago Silva going for it. Marquinhos as well. Good save by Livakovic. Cup quarter-final. Bruno Petkovic with a... Neymar looks a little deflated for Brazil. It's Rodrigo against Livakovic. And he's saved! Livakovic. Decisive moment in this penalty shootout. Marquinhos! Oh, he's missed! Brazil are out!
To be so admired, it really is, because
A de 22 agora eu pensei que ia dar, mas foi a que eu mais estava confiante, entusiasmado com a equipe, porque a gente vinha jogando assim, eu falei, nossa, essa aqui é só se a gente vacilar mesmo.
O mínimo detalhe, né?
Vacilando.
Era só ficar um pouquinho mais para trás.
Falei ainda no intervalo da prorrogação, falei, acabou o jogo, já fizemos um gol, acabou, agora é porrada e bola na lua.